we're ranking every volume. This is a
Correct.
remake of my last video. Not last video, but a video far in the past in internet time. Uh, I was Volume 9 hadn't come out yet. The JLA movies hadn't come out yet. And then Beyond hadn't come out yet. Also, my opinions might have changed on stuff. So, yeah. Let's do this. Oh, also, Fairy Tales and World of Remnant this time, which you guys have not seen.
I haven't seen World of Remnant.
Fake
Yeah.
fans. No, I'm kidding.
Fake fans. I watched the most of the show.
I watched the
one
show, the
thing.
spin-off, everything except World of Remnant. Fake fans. Nah, you ain't read the manga. You ain't.
Neither have you.
Yes, I have.
You haven't read
It's
Ice
on
Cream
my
Truck
shelf.
Marathon.
It's
Okay.
on my shelf. Everything
Why?
except the official English translations of the Ice Queendom manga, which do not exist, by the way, and I cannot read Japanese, so I'm not about to buy books I cannot read.
What do you mean? Just collect the fake fan doesn't collect all Ruby merchandise?
If they actually release Ice Queendom in Vault, I've seen I read the fan translations of the Ice Queendom manga. If they put that out in English, my credit card is right there. Like, dude, it's there. You just have to do it. That's all you have to do. You want more
Anyways.
money.
Yeah.
Starting the video off on a great note.
Yep. Amazing note we're starting this video off on.
Yep. Okay, first we're starting with the red trailer.
Okay.
I'm putting it in...
Also, should I reset my tier list for that then?
Yes.
Or...
Yes, you should.
God fucking damn it. Alright, red trailer.
Yep. Woo. Okay, I put mine in B.
Putting my... yeah, I'll put it in B.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I love the fight. It just tells us almost nothing.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
White trailer?
I'm gonna put in C. Just because I don't like the fight as much. And that's the thing. These trailers are really just fights. And also, Weiss's, like, scar thing, that's always been kind of messy. And I feel like you shouldn't... The trailer to your show should not be confusing.
Should not be messy.
Like,
yeah,
you shouldn't be getting confused by watching the trailer of a show. Unless it's like a psychological thriller or mystery or something like that, then that makes sense, right?
Yep.
Anyway, black trailer, B, I would say.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in B. I'm gonna put it above the red trailer though.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it more than the red trailer.
I
Because
think
it sets up more characters and more stuff in the story, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think it's a worse fight.
Yeah, it's a worse fight, but beyond that,
more.
it is a better trailer.
Next,
world building.
Is the yellow trailer.
Yep. I'm gonna say bottom of B tier.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think I'll put it above the white. It's above the white trailer, but below the black and red trailer.
Yeah, that's exactly where I have it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now it is time
for the actual volumes.
Volume 1.
Love it.
I'm going to say A tier.
I'm gonna go probably top of B.
It will most
It's not my favorite it's not my favorite, but like it is good.
I just get a lot of personal value out of seeing where shows start from. I don't know why, that's just a personal thing for me. Like, I really love watching like the first movie, the first episode, the first, like, seeing where our characters start from. That's always really interesting to me. Also,
I mean, it makes sense.
Also, dude, some of the fights are really good in my opinion. Like, Ruby,
Winter versus Crow. That's not first season.
Yeah, that's not volume 3.
That's not volume.
That's not volume 3, or that's not volume 1. I mean, shoot, now you're messing me up.
Now we're all confused.
We're all messed. Anyway, it's good. I probably like it. I like it more than the trailers. It does more. Also, the genre doesn't bother me, so You know, obviously there's things I wish that were different, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
Um,
not bad.
next is Volume
Volume
2. I am putting this one at the top of B tier, I think.
I've just noticed that both Volume 1 and 2 are in B tier for me. Volume 2 is at the top of B tier.
Okay, I like Volume 2 less than Volume
Oh no,
less
no,
than
like
Volume
that.
1. In my opinion, this is going to
Yeah.
sound really mean, but it is.
Oh no.
I think it's like it might be the second worst volume behind 5.
Damn.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree with you on that. Where
Yeah.
I do like Volume 1 more.
I just
I do think Volume 2 had some of the better fights,
it
but like
okay.
that's not that but
The
that's about
train
all.
fight and the fight against the mech or the
It
paladin,
was cool.
S tier fight. They are some of the best fights in the show. Pyrrha versus Mercury, also fantastic, right? Or wait,
Yep.
no, that's
Yeah,
volume.
That's
that's
Volume
No,
3.
that's volume 2. Yes, yes.
Oh, that is 2.
that'd be
Yeah,
like end
Oh,
of volume 2. Yeah.
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 Those fights awesome, but dude, I'm sorry. I don't like how they get to the train scene. I get what they were going for with like Ruby. Ruby follows the White Fang members, and because of her curiosity and go-getter attitude, she gets rewarded by being dropped down to where you know.
Yeah.
But it just would have been better if she just snuck into like their facility and followed them into the title. Her literally falling into the plot is just not that great. Also, the
No.
ending
Yeah.
fight just sucks. Like,
Yeah.
and here's the
Yeah.
thing: they do some better stuff. Like, oh, technically, it is Team Coffee stealing the show at the end. Isn't that bad when because in hindsight that builds up Emerald and Mercury like as villains because you go in volume 2 you go, wow, Team Coffee's so cool and so badass, right? And then in
Yep.
volume 3 they lose to Emerald and Mercury, and you're like, oh, so these guys must be crazy strong, like there's that. But
Yeah.
still, the spotlight came off of your main characters, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but I mean, it's also setting up like volume 2 does a lot of, especially near the end, does a lot of setup for.
volume 3, yeah. No, I
Also,
get that.
both your also I don't
Yeah, it kind
want
of sacrifices
yeah.
like having
Yeah.
a good ending of
For
this
For
setup,
volume to set up the next
yeah.
one.
But that's just my opinion because I'm ranking it as a volume,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like volume 3 isn't as good without volume 2, but volume 3 is where the good happens, and where
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's just my opinion though.
Yeah.
Next one,
Volume
volume
3.
3. So I know where this one is going in all of our tiers.
I don't even think I have to explain myself where I put it.
So it's S tier. Everyone knows it's
Yup.
S tier. All the emotional beats, things are paid off. To
Yeah.
reference something that was paid off, Coco talks about Velvet's secret weapon in the climax of Volume 2, like we were talking about prior.
Yup.
And you
It's
start thinking
revealed
about
in
it,
Volume 3.
and then in Volume 3 we see Velvet take on 2 paladins at once with that, right? So just
Yeah.
that kind of setup stuff, that's really cool. Also the emotional impact of certain things.
Yeah.
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 No, we're not gonna spoil too much just in case.
Random new Ruby watcher
Yeah.
randomly discovered this video.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil too
Well,
much, but it hits
yeah.
hard.
Well, realistically, they could have the show could have ended at volume 3. It would have been a little annoying, but
Well, if it ended like
it
that,
left off at a decent part.
it
Obviously everyone would be like, come on, we need what
yeah.
happens after, but
Like if the thing is though, if it stopped at volume 3, we wouldn't
yeah.
have later volumes, which, you'll find out that's kind of a bad thing. But also,
Yeah.
dude, I think it would have made the show kind of legendary, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if it stopped at 3.
Yeah, because then it would have had this ending and that's it. Like that's all you get, you know?
On.
You know?
Yeah.
But I
But
mean, like,
yeah.
it left volume 3 ends at a point where it's like it could theoretically wrap up a show,
Yeah.
which
Or like
and
Would it be a good wrap up? Not really.
well, I
But
guess
not
it
really,
kind
but
of
you could probably do it and it wouldn't be satisfying, but like
it well
it'd be
actually
like, okay, I don't really have many
yeah.
like it wraps up enough it wraps up the first 3 volumes very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking about it though, it could actually like okay, this is my stupid example.
No.
Because there is a time skip for volume 4 from 3 to 4, right?
Yep.
It honestly, now that I think about it, it kind of feels like Naruto is like Rwby volumes 1 to 3. That's OG Naruto, and then volume 4 to 9 is like Naruto Shippuden. You know?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah. Speaking of the time skip, the volume 4 character short.
Yes, the Ruby short.
Yeah, I think this is the best Ruby trailer. Don't
I
at me.
don't remember it.
It was the one you were gassing up.
Fight. It was the one where Ruby actually used her speed and it get hit for the most part.
Oh, the gorilla one.
Yeah.
I'm putting that in S tier.
You're putting that in S tier. Wow. Okay.
Okay,
but
no. Actually, no. I'm putting it in A below 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's my only thing in A tier currently.
I put it in A below 1 because
Okay.
it doesn't do a ton, but like
it's
doesn't
really
do
cool.
a ton,
Finally.
but like it is cool.
she actually does the thing.
Also, I hate to be that guy. Look, Ruby does look better in Maya. Listen, the fight choreography, I would argue, is better in the first 3 when Monty, yes, we all know. But listen, man, Maya does look really good. It's not like the show looks worse. And
yeah, the visual effects from this point on just got a massive improvement.
Yeah, visual effects went up, choreography went down or stayed the same. So
yeah,
depending on the fight, you know.
Yeah,
I'll highlight certain fights later on. Volume 4.
One that become important. Volume 4.
I like Volume 4.
I don't even remember what happened in Volume 4.
That was the one where it was mostly centered on Team Juniper traveling. There was Crow versus Tyrion. We got character development for Ren and Nora. And then we saw the basis of the Weiss plot, the Yang plot, and the Blake plot.
Okay.
Before they all meet up.
Maybe my favorite volume.
Really?
Going
Okay.
from like between like top of B to like bottom of A. Don't really know where to put it.
You liked 4 more than 3? Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to like slower paced shows and stuff a little bit more, but
okay. See, I think 4 is similar to 2 because it's setting up a lot of stuff. It's not necessarily paying up too much because the only thing I would argue that really pays off is Ren's character arc, right? Which I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I put it below 1, but it's still like the top of A tier, and it will probably stay there for the rest of the list and will not be topped.
Yeah.
I definitely put it in top of S.
Yeah.
For me, but...
Also,
it's top of B for me.
Tyrion versus Crow is an S tier fight. We do not accept. We do not accept wrong opinions on this channel.
That is true.
Anyway, the Yang character short.
What even happened in the short?
That was the one where it was the flashback. Ruby and Yang got attacked by like it was either a Beowulf or an Ursa, and that's the entire plot.
Yang was trying to teach Ruby how to fist fight.
Oh yeah, and that didn't work.
Yeah, that's a bottom of B for me. I did not like it.
I think it's the worst trailer. I'm gonna be frank.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Although I do have it above the what you know what for that very obvious I dislike the trailer. I'm putting it below the white trailer out of pure spite.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Next is the Weiss Volume 5 character short. That
Oh, this is
one,
the singing one, right?
No, it's the one where she fights the Bay?
yeah, the Beowulfs that are
Training with
created by
Winter?
Winter. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah, I
one.
have
Okay,
it bottom of B.
I have it in C just because I have it below the white trailer again, but above the yellow. The new, I have it above the Yang character short, but below the Weiss character short because it's really cool.
Yeah.
But the fight isn't as good as the white trailer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
included in Redux, which we will be talking about soon, which will be interesting.
Yup.
Next is the Ilia short, or dude. Okay, everyone who calls it the Blake short, nah, it's the Ilia short. I'm sorry, that's just how this works. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't the Black trailer basically also the
Adam trailer.
Adam trailer?
I mean, kinda. So Blake gets screwed over a lot, and this is
I put the Ilia one above the Yang one.
I think I'd put it.
Yeah.
I'll put it above the Yang one. I don't think I'd like it because it gives us a lot of insight into Ilia. I just kind of wish it was in the actual volume.
But
But
why
Yeah.
was it called the Blake short when it's just about Ilia?
Probably
It's called
because-
the Ilia short.
it's because people type in Blake in their computer. No one types in Ilia.
Touche.
Like,
And especially for a
Uh,
character that hadn't been in the show yet.
yeah.
True.
All right, next one. Normal Volume 5.
D tier.
E.
Yeah.
Normal Volume 5 fails in almost every regard. The only reason it's in E tier is because there are things I like about it. You know? Like, how do...
I definitely like things less than I like Volume 5, and that's why I have it in D.
Like, if... Okay, I guess the easiest way to view it is if less than 50% is F tier, this is like just above 50% for me. You know? Like, it leans slightly more positive than negative, right?
Right.
Guys, hello?
Hello?
Did Summer die off screen?
Apparently.
Okay, all right, Summer died mid video. All right, make sure to like the video.
One of our co-hosts died mid video.
Oh no, where's my
I'm back.
where's my green alien hat? One of my co-hosts just died. I need to go pull a Jake Paul.
Oh my god.
You mean a Logan Paul, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
Nah, they're probably
Same
good.
difference, really.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so
yeah, no, I
yeah,
just got interrupted. Sorry. Where were we?
Volume 5
yeah.
is
I put it
just
in D.
huh?
I put it in D.
Okay, I put it in E. I really don't like Volume 5.
I do not blame you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Redux.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna put that in A below the Volume 4 short. Rwby short.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
Soul, buddy, come here. I know you're watching this. I know because this may get 200 views. You will be one of the 200. Oh my goodness. Listen, dude. I'm sorry I couldn't give it an S tier. It's really good, but I just don't like Volume 5. But look, it went from E to A tier. You did a fantastic job. Nah, though, actually, like, genuinely, this fixes... I wouldn't say... I guess fixing isn't the best. Like, it exaggerates the good parts and makes the bad parts less prevalent.
Yeah, it definitely, like, I'm gonna say it fixes the pacing.
Yeah.
I'll just straight up say it.
It fixes the pacing. Yeah. There are some scenes, obviously, because I guess the thing is, since we're comparing it to the original, we're naturally going to see things like, for example, I said this prior, there were certain, like, scenes, like, when Hazel was torturing Nora, and then Nora grabbed him and like flipped him. There was that. I would argue his dialogue added us to like kind of go like, "Oh crap, this is happening," and then for Nora to break out, it made the moment feel more impactful.
Rather than it just being
Yeah.
nothing said and Nora
Or
flipping him.
Leo checking his time in the original only for that same stopwatch or that
Because
same watch to be the key to unlocking the vault. That was also cool, but you cut that in, and to be fair, like those are all minor, but that's just it. It's in A tier because S tier has almost no flaws, or its good parts like make the flaws look insignificant. A tier is where there's just a few things holding it back, and it's just really minor stuff like that. But at the same time,
the bearer of bad news, but your mic is cutting out.
All right. But yeah, you did a real fantastic job, and I hope you see this because I do want to give you a lot of praise. Because if you look at my tier list right now, you went from E to A tier. You did a good job. E to A tier. That's pretty good. Like you jumped up 4 tiers or 5. I don't know. Next is the Adam character short. I
liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot. I'm probably gonna put it in the B tier, just behind the red trailer.
Yeah, I'm gonna put top of B.
Yeah,
I put it in B behind volume 2.
Behind volume 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Fair. Next is volume 6. This is where we're all going to disagree.
Was volume 6 again? That was them on their way to Atlas, right?
Yeah. Cordovan,
they get
Maria.
They get to Atlas at the end.
That stuff. The thing we probably should mention,
Yeah, we find out about the gods. Don't tell them. We find out about God, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Gods.
Okay, yeah, that's because they get what?
It's a massive lore dump of a volume.
Yeah.
It's a massive lore dump of a volume. I definitely do have my problems with it.
I personally, I really do like it. There's the farm episode. I thought that was awesome. I thought it was well written, and I like almost everything about. To be fair, I think that the Ozpin or the Oscar subplot, I mean, wasn't great. Well, okay. I understand why minor spoilers ahead. I don't like how they were super mean to Ozpin or Oscar, whoever, right? And I think it's almost too exaggerated because when they're like, "Oh, like you didn't tell us this," it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of agree with them, and I know that's a contentious thing because like we all have our different opinions about it. I just think that like if he would have told them, I feel like
it would have made it worse. Well, objectively, they would have been less inclined to actually help.
Yeah, I feel like
what happened when they found out. They got really
demotivated.
They got really demotivated.
Yeah. Also, the thing is too, like, it does kind of. I do kind of dislike that because, one thing, especially about Ruby herself, is that she's not really. She doesn't give up that often, right? But in this, she didn't really,
But I mean, when the thing is like you cannot win.
Yeah.
Pretty demotivating.
Yeah, that's fair. But I don't like apart from but that's also like pretty minor. Also, I gotta be honest, I don't like the turn for Adam. Like,
neither do I.
He went from, and here's the thing, right?
I know a looming villain to just kind of a jealous ex.
Yeah,
and it really was really weird.
Especially because rage psychopath terrorist to I don't have the power to be a terrorist, so I'm just gonna try to kill the people who took away my power, which
Yeah.
makes sense.
I
Makes
wish
sense, but like
I wish he
didn't do that.
well, I wish he felt less like a punk. Like,
Yeah,
because I gotta be honest, dude. Okay, we were talking about this prior. We were talking about this way back then. Fixing Rwby did this as well. They made Adam fight the entire group. Like, not the entire group, but like Rwby, Weiss, Yang, Blake. The whole group.
yeah, but like, what did Rwby ever do to him to make him even consider this? It's not like he's ever interacted with her
but
in the
Rwby,
entire show.
That's true, but Rwby does have beef with Adam because Adam did the thing to Yang.
Oh yeah, right.
And
forget about that.
Also, Weiss is the owner of the Schnee Dust Company, which is very bad to Faunus, which Adam is, and also gave him his scar, right? So, like, okay, so Adam has ties to Weiss, Adam has ties to Blake, Adam has ties to Yang, and then Rwby has ties to Adam because Adam has ties to Yang. And also, I feel like it would have made Adam way much of a bigger threat, and you also could have divided it up evenly. So Team Rwby fights Adam, right? And then Team Juniper plus Crow fights the Mac.
For dope. Yeah, fights the Mac.
Like, and to be fair, that's not a horrible thing. I did like, but the ending wasn't that great. And the problem is, Adam didn't feel like a great final boss. Cordovan didn't feel like a great final boss. And then the Leviathan didn't feel like a great final boss. So it's just kind of like we had 3 climaxes and all of them were mid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't bad. They weren't
They very
bad,
much use this volume to be like, we are setting up volume 7.
Yeah.
And like, we are bridging from volume 5 from volume 5 to volume 7.
It was
giving you world building and like downtime.
Yeah.
Which needs to happen in a show.
It does need to happen. I just wish
because it can't be action.
I know. I just wish they did it a little bit better, you know?
Yeah, I think I think the ending is probably the part I have the biggest issue with.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Also, to all you people hoping I would talk about it, I like the Pyrrhus statue scene. Bite me.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
It was an actual nice scene. Just because you don't like John being sad doesn't mean you get to complain. So, bleh.
As someone who likes seeing John get fucked over, that's not why I like that scene.
Nah, but it's but that's also the thing. Like, most of the volume is really good. That's why it's in B tier. But just
I have it in B between volume 1 and 2.
Okay. All right.
I don't know where I want to put it. I'm gonna put it in top of B.
Top of B for me as well. Except for now it's getting bumped down 1 notch because volume 7 I like more than 6.
Yeah.
I like 7 more than I like 6. And I think 7 is like it doesn't do anything great, but it doesn't do anything that horrible, right?
Yeah.
Then there's also like really good fights like Crow again versus Tyrion and Clover.
For a second time.
Yeah. So that was really good. Ironwood versus Watts S tier fight again. Like there was just so many. I even like Team Rwby versus the Aesops. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get a nice look at all their semblances.
Yep. I don't mind the character development with Penny. We obviously need it for what happens later. But I'm not totally against it, but I'm not totally for it, you know?
Totally with it. Either.
Then there was just the political subplot wasn't great. I'm gonna be frank.
Because I mean, Ironwood goes from I'm just trying to protect people to I am perfectly fine nuking an entire very quickly.
Ironwood's flip is a little too much, and while we do understand,
it feels almost too jarring.
It's not necessarily too much; it's just way too fast.
Yeah, like I feel like maybe if they started him at like the midpoint of like, okay, so how he was in like the midpoint of volume 7, that's how he should have been at the beginning of volume 7, and then they would have had more breathing room to bring into volume 8, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
he should have been a little more like, because transmitting into volume 8, I guess. Like, dude, Ironwood was a really good guy in like the first half of volume 7. I'm sorry. And then in 8 he was like not a good villain. But in 7 he's like, here's your huntsman licenses, here's all the equipment. He's like, I will provide you with brand new weapons, clothes, food, everything. I will give you the huntsman licenses, the licenses you have always wanted. I will help you in any way, shape, or form, and I just ask that you help me. And then Team Rwby, or may I be specific, Yang and Blake, go behind everyone's back and do the bad thing. And then Ironwood gets mad at the entirety of Team Rwby. It spirals out of control. And next thing you know, he's like, damn, I got a bomb. There's a city over there.
I'll blow it up.
Let's put 2 and 2 together. Let's see what happens. Like, and to
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Like if it had any practical, if it made any practical sense, then I'd be like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah. But well, also, the one thing is, I wish they had more of a debate on this, because there was an interesting discussion in volumes 7 and 8, which I guess it's time to talk about 8 now. I think 8 is above 7 just because it has some stuff much worse, but some stuff is also much better, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm putting it above 7, top of B tier. But anyway, so my reasoning is, like, in volume 7 and 8, there was going to be, at the end of 7, beginning of 8, there was this really good question brought up. It was, do we guarantee the survival of like half the people, or do we gamble everyone's life, right? Like, like that's an actual moral debate you can have, right?
Yeah.
Do you guarantee
it's the trial?
Do you get do you guarantee the safety of some, or do you risk the safety of everyone? But the chances of you saving everyone go up. Whereas if you guarantee the safe, like, there's that interesting question. They didn't do that much with it. I don't, and I'm kind of disappointed in that, but some things in 8 make up for it. Like, I'm sorry, I still think one of the best episodes to this day is the I think it's the episode right after the bomb goes off, because I'm sorry, the bomb blowing up is one of the best scenes in the show. Like, it is. That's just my opinion, right?
Like the one when it was in the plane?
Or no, sorry. The whale blowing up. My bad.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whale blowing up.
Yeah,
that sequence was incredible. And then I feel like that episode was just so well done. And like, it makes up for it. I also, the finale is simultaneously really good and really bad. There's some parts of it I don't like. There's some parts of it I really do like. Like, I think having that overall tense and failure like atmosphere is really engaging, but at the same time, it's bogged down by a lot of little things. Like, for example, Rwby fell in like the middle with Blake, which is so weird,
Yeah.
Like, Rwby should have either fallen first or last. And to be fair, I also get why Yang fell first, because Yang is kind of like the tank of the team, if that makes, like, okay.
Yeah.
Listen, she's like she's on the weaker half of the team. I know that. Power scaling, everyone knows that, okay? But, okay? In her, like, overall role in the story, she feels like the tank of the team,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, it's that trope in the series where the bad guy takes out the heavy hitter, you know?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like this oh crud moment, right? And
Yeah.
it was good. Also, like, to be fair, I actually like the John and Penny scene. I think that
Yeah.
if it was Rwby in that situation, it would have been too dark. And if it was Weiss in that scene, it wouldn't have worked because if it was Weiss, Blake, or Yang in that situation, it wouldn't have worked. I don't think it would have worked as well. And then if it was Nora, if they for some reason made it Nora or Ren, I don't know why Ren would be the one. I'm gonna be frank.
I don't know why it would be Ren.
Yeah, I mean,
and also,
if it was Ren, it literally would not hit the same because he like Cloud's emotion.
Yeah. Also, if it was Nora, it would have been way too brutal because the only way Nora could do that is if she
hammer.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it would have been hammer.
Nora could have worked because she has the
and Nora,
other than John has the closest ties to Penny on her.
Yeah, that's true. But also then Nora would have been needed in the Ever After to have that trauma, right?
Yeah.
Also, 8 does the same thing where it sets up a lot for 9 as well. So
yeah.
But before we talk about 9, we have 2 other things. We have we have 3 other things. We have Fairy Tales, World of Remnant, and Ice Queendom. Let's start off with Fairy Tales.
It's an easy E tier for me. I hate it.
Yeah, I
don't hate it. It's just weird.
Yeah. Also, the thing is, they vary in quality so much. Like, I actually like Salem's Fairy Tale, right?
Yeah.
But I hate the original Fairy Tale of like the 4 huntsmen. Like, I think that one's just annoying and boring, you know? And it's kind of it has way too much weird overall quality where sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's really bad, and sometimes it's okay, you know?
Yeah.
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 Then there's World of Remnant. I'm gonna give it a solid D tier.
It's a solid I've never seen tier.
Okay.
Yep, I'm adding that tier.
Okay, so I guess this is just my opinion again.
Yeah.
So I really like it, but I understand. I also really like world building and finding out about stuff and power systems and everything. As you can probably guess, you know, because of a power scaler, it's kind of my job.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool. And also finding out about the kingdoms and faunus traits and all kinds of stuff like that. To be fair, sometimes it is contradicted by the show, but for the most part, it is a solid way to get a lot of information. And when I say contradicts, I mean like it's only really contradicting if like you don't make it work, you know? Like I know a lot of people have said aura is confusing. In my opinion, it's just kind of like, hey, buddy, just like make it work. It's the same thing as chakra. Like it just works, guys. Just come on.
It just kind of does its thing.
Yeah. Well, not just that. Like you can explain away certain things with like general logic. Like they describe it as an all-encompassing automatic barrier, right? And then later on, Ren says, "Oh, well, you need to concentrate in order to turn it on." Well, yeah, both of those can happen at the same time. Where, like, I since I brought up chakra just naturally buffs your body in the world of Naruto, but you can also concentrate your chakra for certain things. Like,
or walking.
Yeah.
Literally walking.
Yeah. Or like like in Naruto, you can walk on water with chakra, right? By concentrating it in your
not even necessarily, not specifically Naruto. Literally walking in real life.
Oh yeah.
Because you literally start by having to focus on walking.
Yeah.
And then you do it enough to where it's second nature.
Exactly.
But if you want to do anything further, like running race or something,
yeah,
you have to concentrate and be like, okay, this is...
Yeah. plus it does give us like context to things. Like, for example, we find out more about the Shinee Dust Company, which also helps on later because, like, for example, in Volume 9, Weiss says that she's the daughter of a villain, but the granddaughter of a hero, right? And that line seems kind of weird unless you've seen the world of Remnant, where we find out that Nicholas Schnee was a badass. Like, he went into a blizzard area and he made a dust mine, and he was just that guy. Like, he literally
he was just that guy.
He was a good man that made a good business, and then Jock married Willow, and then everything went bad. Like, that's how it went. But, you know. Anyway, speaking of the Schnee family, let's talk about Ice Queendom.
Alright.
Okay.
Probably put it, like, top of B, honestly.
I put it at the middle of B tier. What about you, Summer?
I'm gonna put it bottom of B because it does the same thing that like or that a lot of spin-offs do. Like, for instance, the first My Hero movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like could feasibly be canon.
Yeah.
But it takes place in in between two parts of the show that have already released.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if we just have the story, it won't make sense for the rest of the part of the show after it.
Yeah.
So we have to shoehorn something into the spinoff to completely like reverse it and be like, oh yeah, no, this never happened or didn't impact anything.
Or it's just like they
going
didn't
back to or like going back to the first MHA movie, I think it's like, or yeah, when they go to Island, I think.
Yeah.
Where it's like, All Might and Deku are using their quirks all over the place, and it's like the whole gauntlets thing for Deku is like, it's like using these you can control or you shouldn't hurt yourself when you're using your quirk.
Yeah.
But it's really just this is happening in between, like, I don't know, what is it, season 2 and 3 or something?
Yeah.
And it's like, but season 3 already released, so
well, it's
how do we keep All Might's quirk level the same or roughly, and then
let Midoriya
Deku
fight on
isn't,
par?
like,
yeah.
And like let Midoriya do his stuff and then not have the consequences bleed over into 3, which would realistically is what would have happened.
And it does really suck.
And they can't keep the gauntlet, so it's like,
yeah,
okay, they break at the end. Like,
yeah, and I see what you mean with this, because like here's the thing. None of the characters can die because we see them in this takes place during volumes 1 and 2, right? And
yeah.
So we know the characters can't die because they're in volume 2. We know that Weiss can't be super mad at Blake because they're not mad at each other in volume 2. We know that Ruby can't be mad at Weiss because that's not in volume 2. We know that Yang can't be dealing, so they have to, and it's kind of like we already know how it ends. Plus, I was talking to you guys about this before. They either should have remade volume 1, or they should have just focused on Ice Queendom. The fact that they tried to do both ate at both of them. Because they wrote Ice Queendom's plot could have been finished in 6 episodes, and Volume 1 could have been its own 6. But instead, they didn't want to recap all of Volume 1, so they only made it 3, and then they had 9 episodes left. Well, the problem is, they had 6 episodes worth of plot, and they stretched it out over 9 episodes, so the pacing wasn't that great. Also, if you guys are watching this, I know a lot of people watch the volumes as a whole, right? That's primarily what we did when we watched it. We watched volume 1 complete, 2, 3, all that. Do not watch Ice Queendom in one sitting.
Do not do that.
Do not.
You will regret everything.
Dude, this show, if you watch it in one sitting, you are actually doing a disservice to yourself. Like
I mean, we also watch stuff really slowly because we pause all the time.
that is true, but that's also us. That's us. Like,
Yeah. Like,
um,
I'm just saying because
yeah.
whatever, not
But
everyone's gonna have this experience,
well,
but
plus it makes stuff worse. Like, for example, they get reset like in episode 9, and then they have 3 episodes left to do a very similar thing that they did in episodes 3 to 6 or what,
yeah,
like, and
But instead of it being volume 1, it's volume 2, technically.
yeah, it's just yeah. Um, it's not horrible though. Also, it looks really good. For the most part.
yeah.
So, like,
Like, I like most of the show, and like the fact that they had to reset and do a lot of the same stuff over again, I don't hate
yeah,
because it's like, okay, we did it wrong last time.
yeah.
How can we do better?
No,
Um,
it's not the worst thing in the world, but it
You're
has
like,
some holes.
yeah.
right? Yeah, and I liked one, like I liked what they were doing,
Yeah,
right, and what they had to do and whatnot.
yeah,
So it's not like it's a bad show
yeah,
or a bad, yeah, it's not bad, but there's just it falls into pitfalls that like the MHA movies fall into,
yeah,
or at least the first two anyway.
yeah.
I haven't seen any,
You haven't seen the third, and you
but
probably won't see the fourth.
probably not.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, cause yeah, Two Heroes does the same thing. Like
Yep.
my MHA Two Heroes does the same thing.
Yep.
Um, but, yeah, I I'm blanking on other examples
Yeah.
off the top of my head, but yeah, it's like, oh shit, we have to undo the entirety of this
Yeah.
thing.
And that's yeah. Although, okay, I don't have anywhere to shoehorn this into its own video. I remember people were talking about an Ice Queendom season 2. There was that rumor going around. Um, except this time it would take place with it starring a different character. I heard someone throw out the idea of Oscar being infected by one of these and then having to do the same thing and calling it Emerald King or something like that. That would be fire. Like,
Yeah.
Doing it with Oscar would be really cool.
yeah. But that's also the thing. Uh, I like it a lot.
You'd have
Because
to shoehorn that into like what, in somewhere in the middle of season 5.
dude, it's fine. They spent like 2 hours in that house. They spent half a volume in that house. That's fine. Just say that's what they were
Yeah.
doing. Well,
Because you can't have it like at the end of 5 and beginning of 6.
yeah,
Then you just run into the Oz stuff.
yeah.
But you also can't do it too early because then it's like
No
you
one
need some
cares.
of the Oz stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. That'd be really cool. I doubt it's ever going to happen considering RT is all over the place right now. They're getting shut
Yeah.
down, but most likely we're getting a volume 10 because they have positive talks saying that. I can already hear certain Ruby creators foaming at the mouth to bite their keyboards about how horrible it is that we're getting volume 10, but bite me.
Yeah.
I don't care. God, this is so professional.
If you actually
Amazing.
like the show, you'd be rooting for more seasons.
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
that, but then again, I said a similar thing about Food Wars. So
Wait, but
it's like, why is season 5 the thing?
does at
Like, the
least
story.
does Food Wars at least have an ending though?
I have not finished it. It's just that
Oh,
season
okay.
5 didn't really need to be a thing.
Yeah.
Like season 4 wraps up the story fairly nicely, and it's like in season 5 is like, help, here you go. Tournament art with
okay.
a cult. It's like, what the hell?
Okay. Alrighty.
Not a bad season in terms of what I've seen, but
Alright, guys, finally ready then? Here comes the big one.
Yup.
Season
Volume
9.
9.
Top of S tier for me. I think it's the best of volume.
Yeah. Yeah, I do
technically,
agree.
like, yes, it does. Definitely the best technical wise. I think it does a lot of stuff right. Like I like the writing and stuff as well a lot.
Yeah.
I think, I think some of the stuff. I don't know. I think it just comes down to personal preference, but I put it below volume 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
I have a top of
that's
S as well.
wait, so isn't Volume 4 in the S tier as well for you?
Yeah,
So Volume 9 is still in the S tier.
yeah.
So
Goes
for us, it's
Volume 4,
So for
Volume
all
9,
three of us,
Volume
it's just in
3.
S tier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so that means Volume 9 isn't even the most decisive volume. That would be
It's just the agreed volume.
the most decisive volume. I think is either 4 or 2 for us.
Yeah.
Don't. I think we all have it in. All have Volume 2 and B.
Wait, do we?
So
Yes, we do.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yep.
So it's
Oh,
literally Volume 4 because I have it at the top of S.
and I have it in A.
And I have it in B.
Really? Okay, so yeah, Volume 4 is the most contentious in our group. That's weird.
At this point, anyway. I mean,
Yeah, that's weird.
probably not going to change too much, but
Yeah. We'll
that's
see.
weird.
All right. You guys ready for the JLA movies? You guys ready? First
No.
JLA movie.
I have it bottom of E.
It is the second worst thing this franchise has produced. And yes, before any of you ask, I like Grimmy clips. I actually enjoy the game.
Like me.
Yeah, pretty much. Me and Evan have both played it a lot. We have fun with it.
I have too many hours in it.
That is true. But
we still have yet
yeah,
to
so
100% complete it.
I say without a doubt that the JLA first movie is the if it's going by ranking of what is the worst thing, Fairy Tales, JLA movie, Volume 5, in that order. The first Fairy Tales is the worst thing, JLA is second. I think
I put JLA before worse than Tales.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it worse than Tales, but better than 5.
Okay. I think
I
that
just have it in the bottom.
I like some of the ideas they have, right? Like, okay, Batman being put back in a teenage body and him not wanting to go home because he has powers. That kind of fits young Batman, actually, because Batman never wanted to feel weak. But at the same time, the problem is it seems like they still know what they're doing. It's just
because it's still their old
it's still them
brains in their new body.
Yeah,
in a different body.
It's very weird, and I also find some of the stuff very weird. Like, Vixen, you are a grown ass woman. Why are you beefing with kids? And same thing with you, Cyborg.
Why are you beefing with the kids again?
Like Vixen is like Vixen and Nora are like talking about like killing each other during that spar, and it's like, okay, that's out of character for like both of you. Like, listen, Nora gets mad at people, but like last time she wanted to hurt someone badly was Cardin, and Cardin deserved it. Like,
yeah, Cardin like very much deserved.
But just little things like that. To be fair, it's not an F tier, mostly because A, the animation is really good, and B, Jessica and John, they were basically pulling the entire show on their back, the entire movie. Because I actually like their subplot.
Yep.
Also,
same here.
I don't like the subplot of Rwby and Superman. Like, okay, it makes sense that Superman is trying to like lead and Ruby's also trying to lead, but making Rwby unsure of herself just makes no sense because she's still in her Volume 7 body, or not. You know what I right? Like, this is Volume 7 Rwby in Volume 1 Ruby's body, right? So she has the experience, the confidence, the drive, like all that.
But her being uncertain just kind of is like, why?
And then Superman is also like trying to lead the team. To be fair though, dude, Nora is simultaneously the weirdest and the Chad of this movie. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
I do not know how Nora does it.
No, because she's like they're like talking down to like Wonder Woman and Superman will be like talking down to Rwby or something, or Vixen or whoever.
Will just step in,
and Nora just is like, "Shut up! This is our cap." Like, dude, what? Why does Nora have more in common with Zorro in this movie? Why? Who turned that up? Like,
Who's a One Piece fan at Rooster Teeth that was like, yes, this needs to happen?
Like Nora,
And like, why Nora of all characters?
like,
too?
and it's like Nora like really respects Ruby in this movie, which I really like, and I kind of wish they went into this more. Like, that's because here's the thing: we do see Nora do that a lot. She does actually respect Ruby a lot. So why don't they just have that? You know?
Yeah.
But we've been going for a while. We should probably
Finish
Okay.
this
I will
list
say,
pretty soon.
I will say though, because there's only 2 things left. I'm just gonna talk on this one for a little bit more.
yeah.
I put it in F below Fairy Tales and 5 because every good part that this has is canceled out by at least one other thing,
That's true.
if not more.
Yeah.
I
All right.
Because
I
at
You
least Fairy
convinced me. I'm
Tales.
dropping it to F.
Because the thing is, Fairy Tales has world building. It gives you background to Salem. It gives you, I think,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
it gives you a bunch of world building, and it's kind of cool aesthetic, and like
Yeah.
it's not. It's the quality is all over the place. I'm not gonna say it's the best thing ever, but at least it's like it gives you world building and it's fairly concise. Volume 5, it's the worst volume of the main show,
Yeah.
but because it's part of the main series, it doesn't have to use the same pitfalls as a spin-off.
Yeah.
So right?
Yeah.
But with this it's like, oh, they were in a simulation, but like it was, and then everything was canceled out by something or
Yeah.
5 other things or something.
Yeah. And then
I enjoyed it, but I think it's the worst of the, like, shows for me.
really, okay. Oh, and also
Yeah.
we do find out that Team Ruby thought it was all fake. So thanks to the second JOA movie. Which
Yeah.
interest also it's
Speaking of which,
yeah.
Speaking of which,
I
yeah.
actually like this
It's
movie quite a bit because
it's better. The
it's so
characters are
much
actually written like they're supposed to
it's
be.
so much better. Oh my goodness. I've come around the Yang's character arc, Ruby's character arc, all good. I like Weiss's small character arc. Blake sure is there. Blake sure does stand around. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Blake does a lot of existing. in that movie.
Also, dude, the lighting in this movie is awesome. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, dude. Like the beginning section combined like whenever they're like using digital devices to light their faces, it looks so good. And also
Yeah.
the vocal performances, shout out to whoever plays Superman. I'm sorry, I forgot. I don't have the information on me right now. He did a fantastic job. All of his mannerisms were characterized, and this is the actual Justice League and Ruby crossover movie. Like the first one,
Yeah.
The first one objectively could have just been better if it was like a Grim Eclipse movie. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah.
have adapted the game into a movie.
yeah. And the JLA movie, it's the actual JLA movie. It's just better in every way. Honestly, I think I am a DC fan, so I actually really enjoy it. I'm a fan of both DC and Ruby, so it just kind of naturally fits for me.
Also, yeah, if you want to know Superman VA, it's Travis Wellingham.
Oh, okay. Well, he did a good job. Also, like, I would just say, like, this just feels like a good combination of the two. The only thing that drags it down, in my opinion, is I think the finale is a little bit confusing, a little bit mishandled, and just kind of feels overall messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Again, it's generally falling into the same pitfall of we have to make sure this doesn't actually affect the main story.
that's true.
No.
That's
How do
true.
we make it not affect the main story?
Yeah. Anyway, now it's
Something
time for the final thing. The final piece of the puzzle. The final shot until Volume 10 and Volume 8 Redux by Smaller Soul. JK. I'm I'm just kidding. Please. I know for your sanity, please do not do that. And Beyond.
Yep. Also, I never even said where I put part 2. I put it in top of scene. It's the perfect middle of the ground thing for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Anyways, back to Beyond.
Yeah. So, and Beyond, once again, shifts in quality. Not to the same level as some of the other stuff, but the Ruby and Yang episode, good. Great even. The Little and Somewhat episode, good. The John episode, awesome. Then there's
the Junior Detectives.
The Junior Detectives episode sure is there.
Yeah.
It sure exists. It sure made me want to continue watching and Beyond.
Sure did.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it's just
bad,
not.
It's just weirdly out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even before watching the rest of the episodes came out, it's like this feels out of place.
Yeah.
But
and it just kind of seems weird, to be honest. I don't hate it, obviously, but
I don't hate it, but like it's by far my least favorite of and Beyond.
The thing is too, this is another spin-off, right? I gotta be honest, I really hope that this didn't take away character arcs from Volume 10. Like, I want Volume 10 to actually
address some things.
Yeah, like Team Ruby, all of Team Ruby should apologize to Ruby herself. We should see a little bit of John. To be fair, we don't need this exact. I don't want Ambient to be animated in 3D. That's a waste of time. Like, I don't want those scenes shoved into the act. No. But
maybe some of them, but like not entire replications of them.
Like have the Yang apologizing to Ruby, put that in 10.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense. The John stuff also makes sense.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, and you in 10 you'd have the space to elaborate more on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah. To be honest though, I gave everything a 7. So
yeah,
every episode is a 7 out of 10 except the Junior Detectives one, which I'm not too crazy on. But yeah, honestly, it wasn't bad, but it's also a spin-off, so you can't get too invested in it. And it also kind of means like, oh, it will most likely never be referenced again. And if it does, it probably shouldn't, because there should be some version of it in the actual TV show. But it doesn't make it bad. It just doesn't make it that great. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it at the top of seat. Yes. You know what? Yes.
I put it at the bottom of B.
I put it at the top of C.
At the bottom of B.
I think it's a step down below the Adam character short and the Blake trailer. So, but I think it's above the yellow trailer and the white trailer.
I put it below yellow.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it below Volume 2, so I moved it up a little bit.
Okay.
Still B tier, but I did move it up a little
bit. Weiss, Queendom, and below the red, black, and yellow trailers.
So this is our tier list.
Yep.
So the question is now, what is the best volume then? It's either 9 or 3. The question is which one. So Volume 9 is first place for me.
Yeah, and it's first place for me as well.
Okay.
It's second for me.
Okay, so it's Volume 9, and then Volume 3 is second place for me, first place for Summer, I'm guessing, and second place for...
3 is third for me.
Yeah, 3 is second for me.
What do you have above?
I have 4.
Wait, so 4 is your favorite?
Yeah, I think it's mostly just comes down to personal preference on that one.
Yeah.
No, that's valid. I'm just kind of surprised.
I like the action and whatnot in 3.
Mm-hmm.
but I think because they were both really good in terms of storytelling and pacing
Yeah.
and whatnot, the personal preference for me in terms of pacing for 4, they're both paced really well,
Yeah.
their stories.
Actually,
Um,
you know
but
it's
I
oh,
think the thing that really pushed it over the edge was the animation and like the technical stuff.
okay.
Like, yeah, 3 is great. I love 3.
Hmm.
Um,
But you like
but
Maya more
it's
than Poser.
pre- that's probably the thing that pushed it over the edge. I would,
Hey, it's look, I
but
get it. I
yeah,
look, Promare's one of my favorite anime movies of all time, and 90% of that is just because of how bombastic and amazing the animation is. I get it. Like
Yeah, animation definitely plays a big part
it
into
does. Like
enjoyment of
yeah.
things.
Actually, since I'm talking about this, I'm actually going to buff up 4 once again. I do this in every volume ranking video. I buff up 4 a little bit.
And yeah, and 4 is just not going to change for me.
4
It's
is the
staying
top
in
of
the
A
same
tier
spot.
for me just because I remember when I first watched after finishing 3, thanks to all the bad stuff that happened in 3, it allowed 4 to have a more tense atmosphere, which made the fight seem more dangerous. And I also like that. Combine that with the fact that in volume 3 and even 2, a lot of stuff that they brought up about how the real world is much scarier than what they've been led into, only for them to be forced into the real world because of the events of volume 3. It makes it gives this air, it gives this illusion of danger, this illusion of dread, this illusion of something bad can happen to the main cast, which is really good in an action show when the action holds a lot of weight, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm bumping 4 up to the top of A tier. Um, I kind of talked myself into liking it more. Also, still like Ren's
I-
character arc is awesome. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, Ren is easily one of my favorite characters.
Also, we were scammed in Volume 8. Screw you, writers. How dare you? I wanted more Ren character development.
Yes.
And guess
Yeah.
what? I wanted more Nora development too. In Volume 7, initially, there was going to be a subplot about Nora and Blake protesting in Atlas, and that would have gave the political weight more stuff. I'm not saying those
Yeah.
volumes are bad. I'm just saying you had a good idea and you cut it. Most likely you cut it for time and budget, which is understandable. But damn it. How could you? How could you save money, Rooster Teeth? You should have known you were going to go down anyway. Should have just stole more
Oh,
money.
um,
Also, side note, I buffed volume 2 above 7 and 6.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think that also comes into a personal preference of just I like I like slower paced shows a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like the and I mean and I think I have more issues with 7 or with both 6 and 7 than 2.
Oh, okay. See, 2 for
And the
me is
animation doesn't save those ones.
the 2 is actually my second least favorite volume. So,
It was until I put it up. I put 6 at my least favorite or second least favorite. Sorry.
yeah, so wait, so 5 and 6 for you? Then what? 7
Yeah,
to 8?
7 to 8 Redux. 1 3 9 4.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
okay, so then I also
I
have
also like the
2 as my
Maria stuff
second
and
least volume, apparently.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
yeah. Also, I really like the stuff with Maria in 4. I think that was 4.
What?
No, it
No.
wasn't. No, never mind. No, sorry. I'm confusing it. Never mind. That's 6. No.
Dude, if
Yes.
Maria was in 4, actually that
Sorry.
would have been pretty cool.
Oh, that would have been that. Yeah, that could have been cool. But yeah, no, I'm a dumbass. Sorry.
Yeah.
I am mistaking things because I'm like, bro, was there and there's this thing. No, yeah, it was 6.
Yeah.
4 and
Also,
6 had a very similar vibe. I think 4 just did it way better.
yeah, that's actually facts. That's a fact. Anyway, that's the volume ranking. Tell us in the comments why we're all collectively wrong and why we should all die. Don't actually.
Mm.
I
Actually, yeah, no, do it. Do it. It boosts engagement.
no. Just comment what you like. Please be civil about it though. Um, I don't know. That's the tier list, guys. See ya.
Yeah, that was
So I might have realized something because this is me post production. I just found out that we never actually said what like the first, second, and third place. We established that Volume 9 is in first place, right? But then who comes after that? Well, after that, um, thanks to Evan and Summer, I know that Volume 3 comes right after that. And actually, the pick I was not expecting to get third place, Volume 4. So yeah, tallying up all of our tier list, as you can see there, shows us that 1, 2, and first place Volume 9, second place Volume 2, Volume 3, and third place is Volume 4. Anywho, glad to have shared this experience with you guys, and I hope to find out how much you guys disagree in the comments below. Anyway, I don't need to edit anymore, so I will see you later.